Message. Let's dive into something that often goes unnoticed but affects millions of lives: how the music industry impacts Black communities. Stick around, you might find some of this pretty eye-opening. Alright, so let's set the stage. The music industry, especially hip-hop, has always been a voice for the voiceless, a platform for expression and storytelling. But there's a darker side too, one that perpetuates stereotypes and in some cases, glorifies violence. You've probably heard rappers talking about violence, street life, and jail. It's raw, it's real, it's their truth. But here's where things get twisted. Record labels and the media often amplify these themes because they sell. And who's buying? Everyone. The more controversial, the better the sales. It's a vicious cycle. But let's break it down a bit more. When young Black artists talk about their experiences, it's not just entertainment, it's often their reality. They're telling stories of survival, of struggle. But when these stories become mainstream, they can also reinforce negative stereotypes about Black communities. Think about it. How often do you hear about the positive contributions of these communities in mainstream media? Not nearly enough. Now let's take a look at the prison system. Did you know that the United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world? And who fills these prisons? Predominantly Black and Latino men. It's a system that's been criticized for being hugely biased and disproportionately harsh on minorities. And here's the kicker. There's a connection between the music industry and the prison system. Some argue that the glorification of violence and crime in music indirectly fuels this cycle of incarceration. If young listeners start seeing these lifestyles as aspirational, it can lead them down a dangerous path. But let's not put all the blame on the artists. They're often just being real about their lives. The bigger issue is the system behind them. The record labels, the executives, the media, they have the power to choose what gets promoted and what doesn't. And more often than not, they choose what's going to make the most money regardless of the social impact. So what can be done? Awareness is the first step. Understand that the music you love is part of a bigger picture. Support artists who use their platform to uplift and educate, not just entertain, and demand more from the industry. Push for diversity in the stories that get told and the voices that get heard. This isn't just about music, it's about lives, about communities, about breaking cycles of poverty and violence. So next time you're vibing to your favorite track, take a moment to think about the bigger story behind it. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this insightful, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and let's keep this conversation going. Until we all come together as one, we can make a difference. Until next time, stay conscious and keep rocking.